The Business Review brings you top financial news developments influencing financial markets, international currencies, commodities, global commerce, tourism, and other economic events from around the globe.
Amazon.com announced a drone for recording security videos inside homes and car products for alerting vehicle owners about attempted break-ins. The news reflects Amazon's growing security business since its acquisition of smart doorbell maker Ring in 2018, an effort that has drawn scrutiny from civil liberties advocates. It also represents Amazon's latest push into shoppers' homes, which evolved from package delivery years ago to gadgets that let consumers turn off lights or stream media by voice command. Amazon's indoor drone, the Ring, Always Home Cam, available next year, aims to capture video where customers otherwise lack static cameras. It can show users videos where an alarm has gone off. The company also announced a car device that sounds an alarm when a break-in or bump is detected. It unveiled a vehicle security camera, and the Ring Car Connect software that works with other vehicle cameras for video playback and alerting.
Parisian commuters reacted to the COVID-19 epidemic by ditching public transport and walking or biking instead. But now they find themselves fighting each other for space on the crowded streets. Twice daily during rush hour, throngs of cyclists steam through central Paris in many places, using cycle lanes especially widened to encourage people to avoid cramming into the metro, where they risk spreading the disease. At junctions and pedestrian crossings, the flow of cyclists intersects with the flow of people on foot. On occasion, cyclists ride through red lights or pedestrians step out into a cycle lane without looking. Accidents and near misses are common. In September of last year, sensors in Paris detected an average of 55.8 cyclists per hour around the city. This September, the figure is up to 97.2 per hour. Paris city authorities have sent out marshals to keep order in the cycle lanes, and they say they are imposing on the spot fines of up to $157 for cyclists who break the rules. David Belliard, deputy mayor of Paris, said he wanted to create a pedestrians committee to draw up proposals on how to better share city streets with cyclists. Previously, the most heated turf war on the streets of Paris was between cars and other greener forms of transport. Socialist Mayor Anne Hidalgo has partially settled that argument by restricting access for cars in many streets. Her ultimate goal is to pedestrianize the city center. The section of Paris's Rue du Rivoli thoroughfare that runs past the Louvre Museum used to have 3 lanes of traffic and a cycle lane. Since May this year, private vehicles are banned and 3 lanes are given over to cyclists.
Chinese Deputy Governor of China's central bank said China will speed up the digitalization of its payment industry to better serve economic development. Fan Yefei, Deputy Governor of the People's Bank of China, told the 9th China Payment and Clearing Forum in Beijing in 2019 that they had seen a value of China's digital economy totaling $2.5 trillion. He acknowledged the digital payment industry has become an important driving force for the development of the digital economy. At present, data sharing among different departments and organizations, such as bank tax interaction, has solved financing problems for many micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises. Fan said, in East China's Shanghai municipality, electronic licenses and electronic seals can be used instead of paper. He said the digital payment services are also taking shape in the financial sector. He said at present, digital RMB has achieved initial results and is undergoing internal closed testing. It is actively encouraged to use scientific and technological means to facilitate the use of electronic licenses and electronic signatures for enterprises to open accounts. Pilot projects are being carried out to remotely open corporate accounts, and media-free account opening is being explored. He added that while improving data sharing and promoting financial digitization, it's also necessary to accelerate the improvement of digital security. Fan also said it's necessary to strengthen functional supervision, prevent excessive personal debt, strengthen special business management for students and other groups, and regulate the flow of internet loan funds and information flow. He concluded it's necessary to protect the legitimate rights and interests of consumers, crack down on inequality clauses in information collection, and ensure the safety of consumer information.
As the world's attention focused on the COVID-19 pandemic, climate change has not slowed. That was the message from a high-level United Nations meeting on climate action. Meeting via video conference, the world's political and business leaders discussed efforts to reduce carbon emissions. The world has a high fever and is burning up, said United Nations Chief Antonio Guterres at the start of the meeting. United Kingdom's leader Boris Johnson said the appalling economic shock in the form of coronavirus has resulted in the reduction of greenhouse gases in the United Kingdom by 10% this year because planes aren't flying, people aren't moving, cars aren't traveling, and industry isn't producing emissions in the way that it normally would. Leaders from around the world detailed plans to reduce carbon emissions. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said Europe would become the first climate-neutral continent in the world by 2050. During the meeting, Guterres urged a 6-point climate plan that includes investing in green jobs, no bailouts for polluting industries, ending fossil fuel subsidies, taking climate risks into account in all financial and policy decisions, working together, and leaving no one behind.
The number of Americans filing new claims for unemployment benefits unexpectedly increased, supporting views that the economic recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic was running out of steam and diminishing government funding. The weekly job losses claims from the Labor Department also showed 26 million people were on unemployment benefits in early September. The faltering labor market recovery and a recent rise in new coronavirus infections has piled pressure on Congress and the White House to come up with another rescue package.
ChargePoint Incorporated, one of the world's oldest and largest electricity vehicle charging networks, said it will go public by merging with Switchback Energy Acquisition in a deal that values the company at $2.4 billion. The deal is expected to close near the end of the year, and the company will be named ChargePoint Holdings Incorporated. Their trading symbol on the New York Stock Exchange has not been identified.
British Finance Minister Rishi Sunak announced fresh plans to help the pandemic-ravaged economy with new job support scheme to help keep people employed on shorter hours, but warned he could not save every business or role. Sunak also said he would extend support loan repayments for businesses and delay ending a tax cut for the hospitality sector, which has been severely hit by the COVID restrictions. At the heart of the new measures is a replacement for the coronavirus job retention scheme, which supported 8.9 million private sector jobs at its peak in May and ends next month. Under the new program, support will only be available to workers whose employers keep them on at least a third of their normal hours. For unworked hours, government and the employer will each pay staff at a third of their normal rate, with a maximum contribution of $889 a month. Sunak told Parliament that the government will directly support the wages of people in work, giving businesses who face depressed demand the option of keeping employees in a job on shorter hours rather than making them redundant.
This brings us to the end of this episode of the Business Review. We hope to see you again tomorrow with news of stock markets, economic conferences, commodities, currencies, regional and international financial news, and much more.